Hello everyone, Jamal here, and yesterday Sony released a new PlayStation 4 advert called The Wonderful Life of a PS4 Player. The advert is only a minute long, but it manages to pack in a ton of references to PlayStation products, PlayStation games, and also third-party titles. So I've done my best to point out all the references in the trailer. Now I doubt that I have found all of them, so if you manage to spot something which I haven't, make sure to let me know in the comments below. As the trailer begins, there are three distinct references. The first, which is on the left, is a bronze PlayStation trophy. On the right hand side behind Life, you can see a baseball glove and also a baseball, which is probably a reference to MLB The Show, which is a long running PlayStation franchise. And on the right you can see a guitar, which is most likely a reference to Guitar Hero or Rock Band. I should also mention that the background music played in the trailer, which is The Chemical Brothers Go, is actually a song in Need for Speed, which is another reference. A little later on in the advert, you can see a Sony phone which also has the PlayStation app on, in addition to what looks to be FIFA. Alright, in the next shot we have a slew of references. I'll start from left and continue going to the right. On the left hand side you can see two different products for the PlayStation UEFA Champions League app, which is currently available on PlayStation 4. On the right hand side of the man you can see two posters, which most likely are from either Killzone or Horizon, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's not lit particularly well. A little further to the right of that you can see an Uncharted 4 poster, which is kind of obvious, and then on the right side of that you can see Sackboy, a DJ Hero Turnstile, and a little above that you can see a Street Fighter poster which features Ryu. On the right hand side you can see another poster which looks to be maybe Killzone or Horizon or possibly even Final Fantasy, and in the bottom right corner you can see a PlayStation 1 bag. In the next shot you can see the PlayStation bag again in the background, but a little closer you can see Ryu's gloves, which are also available in the first shot, but they're a lot clearer here, so I thought I'd mention it here. After that you can see a poster for No Man's Sky, which is tucked away in the corner, and then on the shelf you have a Helghast helmet from Killzone, Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank, a clicker statue from The Last of Us, and what seems to be either an assassin from Assassin's Creed Syndicate or possibly a character from Bloodborne. The PlayStation Bronze trophy also appears, but on the right hand side of the shelf you can see a skateboard, which is probably to do with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, but also possibly from Ollie Ollie. A second later we get another view of the boys' room. On the shelf on the left hand side there are three things, the first of which is a PlayStation Champions League app flag on top. Two shelves below there's a gold trophy, and then one shelf below to the left hand side there's a silver trophy. On the chair there's a PlayStation Champions League app scarf, and on the right hand side in the corner on the floor you can see a PlayStation badge. And then on the desk you can see a globe which is a reddy orange colour, so I'm assuming it's Mars, and that probably means it has something to do with Destiny. You can see an arrow on your screen which is pointing to the blackness, and this is actually to show that this entire shot is being done by a PlayStation camera. Again, as this guy enters his armory there are a ton of references, so once again I'll be going from left to right. On the left hand side in the middle you can see a Project Morpheus, which is now PlayStation VR. Above that there's a load of controllers, but that's not really that much of a reference. But a little further above that you can see a PlayStation headset, which looks like that. I think it might not be, but it probably is. A little further to the right you can see a driver who's clearly from Gran Turismo Sports, which was recently announced. On the right hand side of that you can see a platinum trophy, you can see another silver trophy and a gold trophy. A little further to the right you can see a fighter which is probably from Virtual Fighter, I can't remember to be honest with you right now. A little further to the right than that you can see a pair of boots and a kit which looks to be from the PlayStation Champions League app. On the right hand side of the screen you can see a Destiny character. A little further to the right, just past, well, a little left of Batman, you can see two kind of drills which are from the Call of Duty series from Black Ops 3. Obviously to the right hand side you can see the Batsuit. A little further to the right there you can see Nathan Drake's hook and his map, and a little further down from that you can see 3 Assassin's Creed gauntlets. A split second later you can see the guy looking into his many mirrors. On the far left hand side you can see a Gran Turismo driver, but since we've already seen him I won't count that. A little to his right though you can see the guy dressed up as Ryu from Street Fighter. You can see the Project Morpheus again, and then on the far right hand side you can see him dressed up in his PlayStation Champions League kit. A few seconds later the guy goes into his hallway. On the left hand side you can see a poster of Ryu from Street Fighter, and then on the floor, this is kind of a bit of a stretch here, but there might be Ready at Dawn's logo constantly plastered along the floor. Behind him obviously you can see the Destiny characters, and on the right hand side you can see Jacob from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Now, a few seconds later you can see the guy going to what appears to be his living room, and in the foreground you can see one of the monsters from Horizon, and on the left hand side you can see a painting which looks to be maybe of Horizon but also possibly of Killzone or Destiny, because all those games kind of look pretty similar at this point. After a quick clip of Uncharted 4 multiplayer, we can see on the right hand side a Peter Dinklage orb from Destiny. On the left hand side you can see a PlayStation 4, and on the top left you can see PlayStation 4 running YouTube. Now what's really interesting about this is the date of which Uncharted 4 is apparently being played, which is October 11th, 2015, which maybe that's when the game was originally meant to come out. I don't know, it's a bit of a guess, but it's still interesting. A few seconds later the advertisement cuts to the guy's driveway. We see 3 Black Ops soldiers, and on the left hand side you can see that one of the guys is using the 2 drills we saw earlier on in the armory. And then on the garage door you can see the Black Ops 3 logo kind of etched into it. After a quick dance number, we get to see the guy's very impressive automobile collection. Very far at the back we can see the Batmobile from Arkham Knight. Just a little bit closer to that we can see a Jeep, which is possibly from Metal Gear Solid or maybe Uncharted. A little closer than that we can see one of the Wipeout vehicles, and then a little closer than that we can see a red Gran Turismo car, and then finally we can see a bike which is from Drive Club Bikes. And finally, in the very last shot of the trailer we see 3 things of interest. Firstly, at the bottom we can see 2 drones from Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and at the top we can see 2 moons, or maybe 1 moon on the planet, which is clearly from Destiny. And on the left hand side and also the right hand side we can see 2 ships going up, which are possibly from Destiny but also might be from Star Wars Battlefront. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the latter because they haven't been featured in the trailer whatsoever. Alright then, that's all the references which I found. If you managed to find anything which I didn't, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And for more PS4 reviews, PS Vita reviews, remote play reviews, and everything else gaming, make sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.